Last time I asked someone who has a food allergy, they said they are not craving something that will literally kill them in a matter of minutes. So why are we believing the same thing about alcoholics? Hello there, welcome to Breaking Addiction. I'm Boris, your host, so we're going to start breaking down all the craziest mythology you've heard in Alcoholics Anonymous, and we're going to go ahead and just debunk all of it. Because it's fair that you actually learn the truth. And if you want to learn the truth and stop being lied to, then welcome to my channel. I appreciate you being here. Please subscribe, and we're going to go right into this. When an alcoholic is exposed to a drink, they have this overwhelming allergic reaction to drink more. I don't know where this statement came from, but there's a giant section in the AA Big Book that talks about this. It's called the doctor's opinion. It's his literal real opinion. It's not fact. So when they say doctor's opinion, you need to actually highlight the word opinion. The doctor that tried to make up this concept never actually did real test subjects, never actually did real actual research. He just went off a base observation. So we need to stop believing some random dude who just had this weird opinion about alcoholism. Let's break down the word allergic reaction. Harvard Medical Dictionary 2025. Allergy, which is having a sensitivity to one or more normally harmless substance. Now, I think we can all agree that alcohol is not a harmless substance, first of all. Okay, it's not a normally harmless substance, but we'll go there, right? If you drink too much of alcohol, it's going to cause bad things for everyone, not just alcoholics. This real definition of allergy then causes actual physical symptoms, meaning hives, rash, fever, anaphylaxis, difficulty breathing, swelling, shock, blah, blah, blah. Someone who can drink themselves into a coma is not a specific real allergic reaction. You would not need such extensive drinking to elicit physical symptoms. Let's apply the same concept to food allergy. It talks about, again, these rapid onset of symptoms: respiratory, gastrointestinal, cardiovascular, and it goes down a list of everything there. Food allergy does not increase someone's ability to want to eat more. So last time I asked someone who has a food allergy, they said they are not craving something that will literally kill them in a matter of minutes. So why are we believing the same thing about alcoholics? Why are we believing that they have this sort of like same reaction, but yet they're having a totally opposite desire for it? You're not even allergic to it in the first place. I don't understand. We're going to go into the second part of this, is the studies that have been done. So the first study is called the priming dose study. It's been conducted by Alan Marlett in 1973. So what they did is they took non-abstinent alcoholics and social drinkers, and they were put into the same situation. Drink tasting, hobby to see, which drink was rated the best. When there was no alcohol expected, but there was provided a priming dose of alcohol, those alcoholic tendencies that you would expect from people who are heavy drinkers, they stopped at the first drink. Why? Because they were unaware that there was a drink. Really, the idea is that the allergic reaction has to be present whether or not the alcoholic is aware or not. It has to be definitive. The second they ingest alcohol, like they're arguing, it's going to elicit this uncontrollable response to seek more. Right? When they didn't expect it, they stopped at the first drink, okay? And they didn't realize there was alcohol because they couldn't taste it either way. So then the second set of studies was a reinforcement study that was actually done in the recent years of 2000s. And they told them that if they stopped at the first hit, that they would actually receive a quantity of number of however much money in return, right? And then they were rewarded. What's crazy about this is it wasn't even immediate reward. So they weren't even given that money immediately either. They had to actually wait for that money to get to them. So even in that sense, they still stopped at the first hit, at the first whatever. This provided substance to believe that the measurement that when alcoholics don't know they've been taken in alcohol, they don't continue to crave more. And two, when in certain circumstances, they can withhold from that second hit or drink based off of purely bribing. So hopefully this will help you to realize that actually this sort of allergic reaction is all made up. It's not true, okay? And you can now be fully debunked, and you can also be fully deprogrammed from this idea. I hope this helped, and have a great day. Make sure you subscribe, and yeah, have a good one.